Welcome, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles still happen now and then. Step into my heart and leave your keys behind. Welcome to my world. Oh yeah, filled with you in mind. Ooh, knock and the door will open. See and you will find. Ask and you'll be given.
Welcome to Mike's Variety Hour. We have a special edition this evening. We have guest author Cedric Harris with guest Carzita Correll and Shawna Thompson. Cedric has a book called The Book of You, which is the author. It's called The Game of Self-Discovery. So this is Comcast. You're watching Channel 95. Tell people to tune in. Or if they have Files, Verizon, tell them to turn to Channel 36. This is a live call-in show. And this is a special edition. Typically at Comcast, we've shut down the live shows at this time, but we had a special edition. We wanted to get these folks on and have a good time. So they're talking about, well, you know what? I'm going to let them tell you how that goes. So sit back and enjoy. Tell everybody to tune in.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Carzita Correll, and this is Cedric Harris, along with Miss Shawna Halley. And we are really excited to be here to introduce you to a new concept of thinking. Well, it's not new. It's been around a long, long time. But to introduce it to you in the way that Mr. Harris has put it into a book form. I am honored to have to work with him, and that's how I was introduced to this wonderful, wonderful book. And the book really got me thinking, and I remember after reading a few of these questions, going to him and saying, okay, you've opened me up, now what do I do? So he's going to tell us, discuss, and you may find, you will find some information here that maybe you're going to hear it in a different way. Maybe you will want to make some changes. Maybe you will be interested in finding out who you really are. So with that, I will introduce Mr. Cedric Harris.
Hello, everybody. I wrote the Book of You. It started off as a game that I played at work with my coworkers. We enjoyed it a lot, and in the process, we learned a lot about each other. So what I did, I would ask them questions to try to pull information about themselves out, and everybody enjoyed the game. So in the process, I noticed that the questions I was asking were bringing out different levels of introspection and discovery. And so I started writing more and more questions, and the questions sort of took on a life of their own. And I started just writing, and it was almost as though the questions were just flowing through me. It wasn't like I was writing them, it was like I was a portal for the questions. And then the image stuck in my mind that these questions are being sent to me for some general purpose. Some general purpose that is going to have a good effect on the people who encounter this book, who deal with these questions and discover things about themselves that are very crucial and very important to their happiness and to their progress.
My name is Shawna Halley, and actually I was introduced to the Book of You by Cedric's wife, Timmy. And when I looked at the questions, the contents of the book, I was drawn to it simply because it actually, I was working on a piece of writing myself, and all of the things that the book was actually stating was actually some of the work I was doing. So it kind of motivated me. It's all about self-authenticity, about knowing yourself, loving yourself, appreciating yourself, and not being defined or being put in boundaries or barriers by other people. And I find that the questioning format of it helps to, help the person to really think, because questions leads to insight, and more questions and more questions and more time, and the more we ask questions, the better we're able to answer them. Because I found out myself, when I ask a question, it comes in the form of someone telling me something. I may be reading a book, I may be watching TV, and then all of a sudden, like, wow. But if you don't ask questions, we don't get answers. So I really appreciate the format of that, putting that in questions. And people have to decide for themselves what is important. Right. Do I want to listen to this? Do I want to be stuck in the position that I'm stuck in now? Or do I want to move forward? And if we don't change our thought pattern, then we can't change our life. So it says we are where we are because what brought us there. And if we don't change the way we think, we can't move forward. So I really appreciate the way it was presented.
Yes, yes. And Cedric, can we maybe look at a couple of questions? Okay.
If you'd like to pick your favorite question.
Yes, I would. This will give you something for thought. I could still be happy and peaceful even if I lost my money, home or homes, education, livelihood, loved ones, religious faith or lack of faith, my enemies, or all of the above. All of the above. And you sit there and you think, because it really makes you think about who you are in the deep recesses of your soul, that true you, that person that knows you, that you kind of hide from the outside world. But here you can answer those questions very honestly. Very honestly. Now, Cedric, is there one question in particular that you hear more about? Good evening, caller. You have a question? Okay. Well, this is for calling. Maybe you try back. Reminding you that this is a live show, so you are free to call in. And the call-in line number is 915-5202. So is there one question in particular that you hear more about than any other question?
There's 186 questions, and people tell me that they like so many of the questions. It's not one question that gets to them, that really sticks out, because there's so many of them, of the 186 questions that people like so much. I wrote the book. I did not know exactly how the questions would affect everybody. And that was a concern I had, because I didn't want to get in a situation like when you came to me and told me this book opened me up, and I don't really know how to close it.
Let me ask you this. When you were writing the questions for yourself, was there a particular question that really got you, that you had to walk away from and come back to?
Actually, the questions flowed out of me so quickly, and they would come to me in the middle of the night, and I would have to keep a pencil and a paper next to my bed, and they would come. I would wake up with 6 or 7 questions just flying in my head. There would be too many questions for me to write all of them down. So I would just jot down as many of them as I could.
Good evening, caller. Thank you for calling in. Do you have a question for the author?
Yes, ma'am. Join the program. It's about the soul. See, we're going all the way to the core.
Yes.
I understand the gentleman. It's about the core of the black people. Nobody wants to go here where I am. It's danger. But it's on its way, and you can't change this. See, you can't change what's coming. And you know right from wrong. You know which way to go and what not to go. But it's another generation of people of color, brown skin, whatever. It's not the people of yesterday. See, Grandma and them sit on the front porch and drink lemonade, and nobody came around and shot nobody, and children didn't talk back, and all this mess you call the church. I don't know what this is. I'm not saying nothing about it because I'm not Christ. He gonna handle that. But it is not. Believe me, it is not the same. Never will be. Get ready. You get ready.
Thank you so
Because
much.
you know your children, you know your grandchildren, you know how you feel in your own hearts and things about folks. That it ain't right. See, you can't fool God, you...
Caller, thank you so much.
Yeah, right.
Thank you for your call, caller. And you know, we definitely hear what you're saying. And what I really like about this book for me personally is that if there's to be change, it must start with me. I have to start with the renewing of my mind and my heart. And that really allows other people around me to actually do the same. With grace and gratitude, one by one, we truly can change the world.
And you know, it's considered to be kind of like a ripple effect.
Yes.
So when a stone touches the water, it ripples out and it connects with everything else that's out there. So when one person changes, we don't have to wait for the world to change or to do something different. If we make a change in our life, then it kind of ripples out to other people. If we're consistent and we stay true to ourselves, no matter what is going on, no matter who's saying what about us, if we stay true to ourselves and stay in connection with our source, then we're sure to continue to be happy.
Yes.
And I think part of the book talks about being happy.
It does talk about being happy. It talks about being at peace. It talks about just being happy with who you are. And I think a lot of what we're going through in this society, in the world, is we're not happy with who we are, with where we have arrived in our lives. And this book really, I think it's incredible. I really do. To help you open up. But as Cedric says, you have to get the answers for yourself. And as our caller said, we already know those answers within us. So, Cedric, how long did it take you to write this book?
The questions came so fast, and I was just writing them as fast as I could. But I guess it took probably... I was doing questions with people at work for probably a couple of months, and then a lot of questions were coming when I wasn't at work, and I was jotting them down. But it didn't take long because, as I said, the questions flowed through me. It was almost like the questions were sent to me. And I want to say, along with what the caller said, the book addresses a human situation, a human condition. Of every person, and everybody has to deal with these certain types of things. These are existential questions of life, of your existence. So of course I wrote it for every human being, for every person who's walking out here, and I want to get it to as many people as possible.
Well, with that being said, how can they get the book?
They can get the book by they can contact us at the email that's on the screen now, harristz@yahoo.com. They can go on the Facebook business I have a account there. It's the Book of You game. You just have to go under that, and should pop up, and it'll give you all the information that you need. And you can contact us, and we'll make arrangements to get you a book if you would like to have one.
So I have one question that really stuck out to me. It says, you are walking alone on a beach. You find an old green bottle with a beautiful ring in it. You slip the ring on your finger, and it fits you perfectly. Afterwards, you surprisingly notice that as long as you can wear this ring, everything you want will come back to you tenfold. What would you most often give away, knowing that the certainty it would return to you multiplied by 10? A, love, understanding, and compassion. B, money, material possessions. C, D, joy and laughter. E, knowledge and wisdom. F, problems. G, hatred, prejudice. H, indifference, arrogance. I, time. J, the ring. And I said love and understanding, and compassion, because love is the solution to everything. And because I believe that all humans desire love, and they give it and they want to receive it. And even though sometimes when we give love away, sometimes we get hurt. Sometimes some of us want to shut down, but that's not the way to go. Because all we need to be happy and accomplish is all encompassing love.
It is. It's love. And you're right, that question, it is a great question, because a lot of times you would think, oh, it would be money. We would think initially it would be something materialistic, but the truth is, it would be love, and you are so right on the money on that one. Let's talk about what you're doing right now. I know that we have some time here, so let's talk about what you're doing, because that's fascinating too. She's an author. She is an author too as well.
Actually in January, I'll be publishing my very first book, and it will be called The Book of Poetry. And I was inspired to actually write the book because I went through a tough time in my life, and at that point, I was enlightened. I will say I was enlightened. I was open to a new way of thinking. That was a major thing. The way I look at things changed, the way I feel about things changed, and it allowed me the opportunity to see myself differently. Even though I loved myself before, I had to really embrace who I was, and I'm loving it.
Thank you. Gratitude. Grace and gratitude, oh my goodness, being thankful and gratitude really resonates, and it definitely allows you to operate at a higher level in life. So being grateful, having gratitude, and being willing to just sit in the quiet and allow yourself to just be with yourself and deal with yourself with some of these questions. You may learn that you really don't like apple pie. I mean, I know that sounds kind of simple, but you may discover that. And that's something that you can say from now on, I really don't like apple pie. And that could help you not be so stressed out when it's time for dessert and you don't like apple pie, but everybody else is. So,
and another way I looked at the book as well is I look at it as it can be cleansing.
Yes.
It can be cleansing. Sometimes we have stuff inside of us that needs to come out. We have stuff inside of us that we don't even know it's there until something triggers it. So as you read through the questions, and I think that was mentioned before, as you read through the questions, there are things that are going to come up. It's going to conjure up things that you thought you had left behind, but it's still affecting your life now. And if we can face those things, then we're able to move forward in a way that allow us to be free. And I mean free in the sense of, okay, I know what's bothering me. I know what was holding me back. Now it's time for me to move forward. And you can identify those things, and when they come up, if it tries to come back, because we know our mind is like a conveyor belt. Sometimes we think we let things go, and then they come around again. But it's okay, let it pass, and let it come around again, because as we confront things, which is a good way, it's like healing to our soul, then we're able to deal and we're able to move forward and empty out the closet of mess that we're holding on to that is no longer serving us. Just let it go.
Yes, because God knows that whatever struggle you have, whatever hurt that you're going through, but the question really is, what are you going to do? And that's another question. That's another reason I love this book so much. When you're sitting there in your truth and in that wonderful loving energy, you have to recognize that love and compassion, that's what you're giving back to the world. That's what we give, and that's what's going to change the world. So
And there's a boomerang effect, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you put out comes around.
It comes right around.
It comes around.
It really does. I read a study that said that shared that when the monarch butterflies migrate, that their wingspan altogether, their wings actually change the current of the weather pattern.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
That
It's
is.
small, the tiniest. We all make a difference. And I think this book would be great for people who are in that crossroads, trying to make a difference in their lives. They're ready. They just want something refreshing and new and different. They want to be able to do that there's a call to do in this lifetime.
Right. And I think one thing the book encompasses is the whole lifetime. We go through our life being adults, and we forget to that childlike state, that magic of being in the moment. Loving ourselves, just enjoying, just playing in the grass, or watching the butterflies, or laying in the grass and looking at the sunshine. And sometimes, that childlike state really, really helps us to stay grounded. It really helps us to stay alive. It gives us vigor. I mean, nothing but magic, pure magic.
One thing that I think I shared this with you. One of my practices now, I actually color. I have a coloring book and crayons and colored pencils. And I know that that's a popular thing now, but it really does allow you to sit and contemplate. Read a question, think about those answers, and think, well, what would I do? What would I think?
I have one question that I'd like to share with you. This is one I often read. It says, of your personal values, which would you most likely compromise for money, status, fame, or personal gain? Your integrity, loyalty, patriotism, family values, spirituality, mental and physical health values, your marital fidelity, work ethics, or I am morally corrupted and have no personal values to even consider compromising, or other.
I have one. It says, how does love taste to you? A, love tastes sweet like fresh honeydew melon right off the vine early in the morning. B, love tastes sour and tart old lemon rinds at the bottom of an empty lemonade jar. Love tastes bitter like the ink on a Dear John letter or divorce papers. Love tastes salty like the ocean spray early in the morning. And I chose A, love tastes sweet like fresh honeydew melon, because I'm on this love, I have this love energy thing going on right now, because I come to realize that without it, nothing else really matters. Right. Nothing else really matters. And if you learn to love and appreciate yourself first, because you can't give what you don't have. And if you learn to appreciate yourself first, and then you move on to love other people, it naturally comes. Because you're going to love them because you love you. So love yourself, honey.
Right. Love yourself. I like this question. What can contain my soul, my spirit? A, the universe. B, a concrete walled prison. C, a thick metal box with locks. D, a thin plastic bag. And my answer is A, the universe. The universe.
My question is, in regard to my ability or lack of ability to form close, intimate relationships with others, most people who know me would describe me as introverted, shy, loner personality, extroverted, outgoing, friendly, affable, ambiverted, sometimes outgoing, sometimes withdrawn, a cold fish, block of ice, a brick wall, a fireball, a ball of burning enthusiasm, a bleeding heart crybaby, a highfalutin snob, unapproaching, and also unapproachable.
Wow.
Now, callers, remember, this is a call-in show. Please feel free to call in at 915-5202.
And don't you just love,
Yes.
Can you hear the energy in each question and the answers that are actually read? You can get to learn about yourself in this book of you, learn about yourself, probably even share this information with somebody else, and have that ripple effect, that effect that allow all of us to change gradually, because we know change comes over time. But allow yourself that time and allow yourself what you truly deserve, to know yourself and be part of this universe. One love, one song.
That's right. That's right. And I can share that with every session of the book, when I sit down and I'm reading and contemplating the answers, I walk away feeling so much better about who I am and the way that I think, and that my heart is truly filled with love. Even though there were a couple of questions that were challenging for me, I stuck with it. And I realized I had to be honest about some things I learned about myself that I may not have been that proud of. But walking away, I am. Good evening, caller. Thank you. Do you have a comment?
Hello, I am 6 years old, and I read the book to my daddy every day.
You read the book every day?
Yes. Me and my dad.
Okay. You and your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You and your dad read the book every day?
Yes. Hey, Mr. Harris.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good.
It's good to hear from you.
So you like the book, huh?
So you like the illustration? I like the illustration.
Oh, she likes the illustrations. Oh,
so you like the illustrations, huh?
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Well, the illustration were my idea. I drew these pictures, and I like them too. I like the color. I like the top, and I drew them. But my sister-in-law actually painted the pictures for the book.
Okay.
One of the questions that I like is it says I am a very spiritually blessed person, a powerfully blessed person of great peace of mind, wisdom, harmony, grace, and blessedness. The other alternative answer is I am a spiritually corrupt and depleted person without any semblance of moral blessedness and compass.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, sweetie.
Welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
I encourage everybody to call in. If you have questions, we would love to hear from you. I love to hear how the questions and how my book is affecting people. So don't be shy. Call in and let us hear what you have to say.
Yeah, or even how you think a book
how
like
you
this,
feel about
would impact.
Here's a question. You have been given the ultimate power to totally eradicate one of these problems from the world forevermore. Which would you choose? A, poverty, B, crime, C, ignorance, D, sickness, E, addiction, F, greed, G, prejudice. H, violence. I, other. And I chose ignorance simply because why would you choose to be ignorant? And to choose ignorance doesn't mean that you're not accountable. You're still accountable. And some people think ignorance is bliss, but it's not. Having knowledge and applying the knowledge that you have allow you to improve your life. If you're in ignorance, then you never really grow. And as human beings, we all have the desire to grow. You think about, moving from being a child to being an adult. It's instinctively, and it's part of our biology to actually grow from a baby to a young toddler, and the process goes on. So whenever we're not growing, we're unhappy. And sometimes the reason we are unhappy is because we choose ignorance. Please don't do that.
Right. Now, and what's next for you?
Well, I have quite a few books on my list also. Actually, I have 10 titles already. So the poetry book is just my first publishing piece. I have done a little bit of publishing in other magazines, just articles, but this is going to be my first, the poetry book will be my first actual book itself. And then I have other books that I'm working on. So I'm excited about that. And I'm also getting into personal development coaching because I love to help people grow. I love to work with people to help them to get to know themselves, like the book is, mentioning, and start, really be authentic. Be yourself, love yourself, and people will love you.
Yes.
So that's what I'm moving towards. And I have one of my poems here.
Oh, yes, yes.
And it says, of course, it's talking about love. Love and healing is an experienced feeling. Love and healing can be like dreaming. Love and healing is an experience of the inner soul. Love and healing will make you bold. Love and healing provides sustainability. Love and healing is a grand way of seeing when God's love is revealing. Love and healing is like freedom from the rain. Love and healing, it dissipates pain. Love and healing holds a heart together. Love and healing move on from self to other, and that's you.
Wow, thank you so much. And where can you be reached or contact?
Shawna Halley, SHAWNAHALLEY, Facebook. And my email address is Shawna Thomas, THOMAS 51@yahoo.com. And I'm in the process of actually creating a business page. So for the time being, that's my contact information.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the poem.
Thank you.
Again, this is the Book of You. I encourage you to go out and get this book. Where can they get this book?
As I said before, you can get this book if you contact us at harristz@yahoo.com, the number on the screen there, or you can go on to the Facebook business account under the heading of the Book of You game. And there's all the information there that you need. You can get in contact with us from that source, and we will get to you as soon as we can.
Well, thank you. I really have enjoyed this, and it's just a divine appointment.
Yes.
And just this one step will make a difference. It's going to make and has already made a difference in so many people's lives. And we look forward to seeing you, and we thank you.
We thank you.
Thank you, Cedric.
Thank you, Cedric. You guys be blessed now, and be you.
You.